to my daily tutorials. Remember the daily, so if you want to see more, click subscribe and then click the little bell button next to it to get notified whenever I put up a new video. This one is Return of an Old Classic, people. One of my most favourite videos. This one is how to draw an old school gentleman. It's been revamped, renewed, and I'm sure you're going to love it. Enjoy. Right, people, how to draw an old school classic gentleman. That's a really fun one. I'm going to go right into detail, telling you every little step. So I'm going to start off with a square, and you divide that into 4 sections, just like so. And then coming across the top, you want to do a curve, coming about 2/3 the way down that side. It's going to give it like the perfect part for the forehead. After this, you want to create a little dip in, curve it out and come back around about 1/3 of the way down through that second box. It's going to give you the nose. And I'm going to use that measurement so you get everything nice in proportion. So you can now do a little curve, come back, create a curve coming out from the mouth. You can see roughly whereabouts it is with that halfway line. Create a little curve just for the lip, like so. Then let's create a curve now, come down and curve back for the chin and jaw. Now you want it to come roughly about 1/4 way from that front bit, and when you start curving up, it curves up about 1/4 way as it crosses that line. A little curve down now just for the neck. So you can see you've got a half profile done now and the neck. So we're going to come back to the back of the head now. So we're going to have the ear. The ear is roughly about 1/3 of the way down from the bottom box and about 1/3 of the way up from the top box. So right for the back, you're going to do a curve coming in to about a halfway line and then curve up that top corner to create the back of the head. So now you've pretty much got the rough head shape. So just join the line up on the top, like so, and just erase some lines you don't need. Now the eye is going to be here. So a line from the centre to the front bit of the eye, and then curving down to the nose. And you can see the measurements there, roughly about halfway across, and roughly about that halfway between that gap on the nose. Do a little curve now, just on the top of the eyelid, like so. Just with a nice little curve at the end, just to make a bit of a lash. Now do a curve on the bottom bit. You're going to curve down, curve out, and again just tilt it a little bit towards the end to create a little bit of a bottom lash. Now curving down from that guideline where it connects, you're going to create the arch for the pupil, and just go a little bit further up to create the top part of the eyelid, and then just curve that back around to the centre point. Now you're going to create a nostril, so you can do a curve from the nose, just coming around like so. Now the eyebrow, you're going to curve around the eye shape, come back a little bit further in the eye, and stopping roughly around where the top corner is. You're going to bring a second line, coming up further, but at the end of it, just keep a little bit of an angle, so the eyebrow sits at a little bit of an angle. You don't have a dead straight line, it just won't look right. Add the pupil, so it's a little curve at the front, like so. And now we're going to go into the ear. So I'm just making the ear shape a little bit more fun. So I'm just curving around it, just giving it a little bit more shape, just here and there, so it's not a dead perfect circle. I'm going to create an inner part of the ear now. Now I always say get creative with this, just create like a nice shape you kind of like inside the ear. You know, I do like a bit of a swirl, come around, and a bit of a loop towards the bottom. A little circular bit on the inside, a little curve, and a little line just coming down the back part. That's it. Get creative, you know, create your own sort of unique way inside the ear. This is the guideline for the hairline now. So a little curve from the back. You're going to come roughly about 1/3 of the way across and about 1/3 of the way down for that top part of the hairline. So I'm going to add some extra features here now. So I want to make a bit of gentleman, so I'm going to add a moustache. So I'm going to curve over the top now, curving back like so. And to finish off his moustache, I'm going to put a nice little curl. I'm going to give him a hairline as well. So side parting. So it's going to come from that corner, just coming all the way back. Now I want to give him a bit more structure to the hair now. So I've got the head shape on the side of the hair shape. So I'm going to bring some curved lines, come around just to give a bit more volume to the hair. On the edge of the curves, I'm just going to make a bit more fun. So as I get towards the end, a bit more detail, I'm going to curve them outwards. Now I'm just going to do lines going the whole way through them, just following that shape, just curving all the way back. You know, nice slick, you know, brush back. You can create as many sections as you want here. You know, I've got a base 3. You know, but that'll do for me. So I'm going to add a background bit now. So I'm going to do 2 oval shapes just in the background to give a bit of a frame for him to sit in. I'm going to do 3 little lines here just to give me a guideline of roughly where I want his shoulders and his collar line to be. I'm going to a bit of a collar, so it's a bit of like a curved rectangular shape, a bit longer towards the front than it is at the back. Now bring a line across. I'm going to cut through that collar just a little bit a little line in the back cutting through just to create like the side part of a blazer. Now coming in for the tie, you can have whatever kind of tie you want. You know, I'm going for the old-fashioned sort of puffy type one. So kind of repeating curves coming down. You can have a normal tie or a bow tie. And a little box just above that, just to create the other side of the collar. And I'm going to add some flowers around the bottom part. Now you can add these wherever you want. I like to put a few down the bottom. I just think it looks nice. So 3 circles down the bottom. And I'm going to have 3 little circles in the inside, and I'm just going to rub out those backline lines that we don't need no more. Now the circles I'm going to divide up into sections. So the front one's going to be 6 sections, and the other 2 are going to be sections of 5. Now around that band a bit, around the border, I'm just going to have this repeating like inside curve line. It just gives like a nice pattern to the outside. You can do any kind of one you want. I just think it's a nice little way to do it. And I'm going to do repeating dots the whole way through those oval shapes. So you can see it's building up nicely now. So now I want to get a little bit of detail into the flower. So across the edges, I'm going to make them curved. The main one's going to be one curve, and the other 2 are going to have 2 curves. So a little dip in the center of each one. I'm going to have a bunch of like random leaves around, so a straight line, and then 2 curved lines coming back. You know, add them however you want. I like them to be almost symmetric, but not perfectly symmetric. So the same kind of number, just slightly differently placed. Now I'm going to go over most of it with a nice big bold liner like I just done. There's a few little lines I'm not going to load. These ones here, I'm going to do a thinner line now. So you have 2 line weights, so a thick line and a thin line. And that's pretty much it for the outline now. So now we're going to go into a bit of shading. I'm going to start off with his clothes. So the outside blazer I'm going to have black. I'm going to leave a little diagonal highlight just on that side part. I get a little bit of black in his moustache now. So some black coming from the bottom going upwards. I'm getting a bit tongue-tied with that. So yeah, so now I'm going to go to the top of the hair. Now each section I'm just going to leave a little highlight through the centre. So I'm going really strong with black coming the other way, and leaving a little highlight in the middle. So you see the other section, the exact same principle. Black from one side, the other side, curve it in, and the same thing on the eyebrow. Now this back part of the hair, I'm going to do slightly different, same principle, but I'm going to go black from the top, just down a touch. I'm going to leave a little tiny gap that's going to be mostly grey, so you can see a little highlight, and then just gently fade down. So it's a nice fade to the hair. Now we've got that done. Let's go add some black in the background. You can do a nice fade here if you want. I'm going to black this part out though, I think. It's just 2 options you can have. So I'm going to black that out. And then in the background, I'm just going to add a gentle bit of grey just coming upwards. You know, this design's going to be black and white, but if you want it in colour, you can always do a bit of colour there. So now around the eye, I just want some little black just very close to the eye line, just very quickly fading out. So very strong black fading out around the eye, and a little bit just coming down the bridge of the nose, just pointing towards the end of the nose. So you can see the face is slowly coming together now. So a little bit more structure ones I'm going to do. So just on the bridge of the tip of the nose, a little bit of shade just coming back there, and a little bit just on that chin coming back, just to give like the idea that the chin's poking out a touch. Now across the jawline, just curving across, smoothly from the bottom, just fading up a touch. The neck, same kind of principle, either side, just a gentle fade from either side. So you can see it's really starting to come together now. So a little bit of shade just inside the ear, and a tiny little bit just outside the ear, and I like to come to a very sort of quick stop with it. You know, it kind of gives the idea of like a little bit of almost 3D sort of shape to it. So a little bit here, just across the forehead, and a little bit on the cheekbone. So just coming diagonally across that face, a very soft shade coming off, and a little bit just behind the eye. Now inside the flowers, just going to do grey in the 2 side ones, black in the centre, and the centre one's going to be a black fade out to a black on the outside. The leaves, I'm going to start off with just colouring them in grey, and then I'm going to put a little bit of black in there just to kind of give them a bit more structure. Now here I've added a few random tattoos. It's not necessary, you can if you want to. I think it'll look really nice, you know, a bit of sort of, you know, rose on the neck, a little one on the cheek, a little one above the eyebrow. It's completely optional. It can be any kind of one you want. I have tutorials on those ones, on how to do that kind of rose. And you can do it on any kind of sort of paper you want as well. You can have a normal paper, like white paper. You could have this kind of sort of background, which I often use. If you like this background, contact me. I'm happy to give it to you. You could have one like this, where it's like white on the face, and then the background's in that sort of tone. You know, it's completely up to you. But yeah, that is it. That is how you draw an old school classic gentleman, people. I hope you like it. Comment, like, subscribe. Don't forget to check out my videos. I am The Broken Puppet, and I will see you next time, people. Peace.